Today we are focusing on a company that's quietly becoming one of the most interesting growth stories in Indian agriculture. CNH, the Italian-American agri-equipment firm behind New Holland tractors and case construction equipment. CNH has just seen its exports to the US rebound after a sharp tariff cut. It's pumping 1,800 crore investment in new capacity in India and has set an ambitious target of doubling its market share over the next 5 to 6 years. But big question is whether this growth momentum can hold on in 2026 amid competition, weather risk and export uncertainty. We have with us Mr. Narendra Mittal, President and Managing Director of CNH India Operation, to share the insights. Thank you for joining with PTI.
Thank you for having me on the show.
How big is CNH tractor business in India today? You grew 27% last year ahead of industry's 20%. What are the main drivers of this outperformance? Is it real end user demand, product mix, financing or the GST cut?
So New Holland is a preferred brand for the Indian farmers. So we have our product range which is preferred by the Indian farmers. Last year we did quite well. The industry grew by 25% and our growth has been 42%. We were the highest growth brand last year. And this was supported by the farmers with the way we have been providing them the technology products. Our dealer network has been expanding like anything, and also we have been supporting our farmers through our financial services arm CNH Capital.
Your market share is still around 4.5%, far behind leaders like Mahindra. Why has CNH remained relatively a small player for such a long time?
Our focus so far had been on the higher HP segment, 45 to 50 HP segment, and then above 50 HP segment. So now what we have done is we have also started adding to the lower HP portfolio. We came up with a smart series of tractors, and we also have the compact tractors today, which we have been supplying to the Indian farmers. Now we have the complete range of the tractors available in the Indian market, and we are also growing our network, and this we believe will help us to grow the market share further.
You have spoken about reaching double-digit market share in 5 to 6 years. What gives you confidence that this target is realistic?
So our product is, getting better and better technologically, and we are also providing an affordable technology product to our farmers. For us, it's a global technology, local relevance that has been the theme for us. And from that perspective, with the trust of the farmers in our brand, we see it is only a matter of time when we get to the double the market share in next 4 to 5 years. We are also expanding our production capacity also to support the growing demand of the products in the Indian market.
Where do you expect the next phase of growth to come from? Compact tractors, big tractors, newer geographies or non-tractor products?
So we see the market is now evolving a bit and moving towards the higher HP. The market is moving towards 45 HP and above. 45 to 50 HP, and this is a segment which has already grown and which will keep on growing. But on the other hand, we also see that on the lower HP also now farmers are becoming more conscious of the technology and wanting a product that can really give them the value and serve their purpose. So, but largely the demand would be in the 45 to 50 HP segment.
How important is the domestic market versus exports in CNH's India growth story over the next 3 to 5 years?
So India is a strategic market for CNH. So Indian strategy is based on the 4 pillars that we have here. One is India for India. Second pillar is India for export. Third, we have a global capability center in the form of ITC, India Technology Center in Gurgaon. And we are also focusing on the strategic sourcing by sourcing the components from the robust supply chain that Indian suppliers have here. So for us, we are not only working for the domestic market, we are also working for the export market out of India.
Kharif sowing has been lagging behind because of the weak monsoon. How much does that worry you for the second half, and how do you see the demand shaping up if rainfall remains uneven?
See, if I talk about the H1 of this calendar year, this has been really good. Q1 was a bumper for the industry because of the GST cuts, as well as even monsoon was quite good. But on the other hand, now with the sentiment getting a little negative, we might see some drop in the industry in H2. But overall put together for the entire calendar year, I believe still the demand should be good, and we could see some growth in the TIV.
What's been the CNH growth in the first half of this year separately for domestic sales and exports vis-a-vis last year, and how do you see the rest of the year playing out?
So we did quite well in the first half, achieving the highest ever market share for us in India. The industry grew by 25%, we grew by 42%, doing more than 30,000 tractors in the domestic market. So did quite well here in India.
And what were the exports?
On the export side also we did well. Last year we sold in the same period in H1 of calendar year close to 5,500 tractors, and the growth this year has been close to 20%.
The Greater Noida plant has around 70,000 unit capacity. You plan to take the total capacity to 1.2 lakh units by 2028. Where will the new plant come up? Will the new capacity serve India, exports, or both? Or is it part of the 1,800 crore investment announced by the company earlier?
Glad to inform you that we have been allotted 100 acres land by Yamuna Expressway Authority. So new plant will be very close to the existing plant, and this will not only serve for the domestic market, this will also help us for the export market and help us increase our capacity for tractors production in India.
On exports, the US tariff on Indian tractors was reduced from 50% to 18% in February. How badly did the higher tariff hurt export volumes, and how quickly did business recover after the cut?
So initially I would say there was a bit of a trouble for us, then we had to stop the supplies, but now situation having eased out on the tariff front, the supplies have restarted, and we have also started supplying the compact range of tractors that we recently developed. So overall the situation has become quite normal now. So rest of the year should get better for the export market, I will say, because the tariff situation is easing out, and we also have a good demand now building up. There is an uptick in the European market also, so we might see the export stories also now getting better for us this year.
Before the tariff issue, the US accounted for about 30% of CNH's export mix. Has that changed now, or are you deliberately diversifying to the other markets?
No, so overall the market pull remains the same, be it US market, Europe market, or other markets worldwide, it remains the same. And CNH has a strategy to produce one kind of tractors in one market only. Like in India, we are producing utility light and the compact range of tractors. So for us, the demand pull has been the same, there is no change at all. Of course, the percentage might change based on the local condition in the destination markets. If the industry is not doing well in those destination markets, so we might see a percentage shifting a bit, but overall the pull has been quite strong so far.
CNH has been developing compact tractors for the US market. Is there any plan to launch this kind of product in India?
So these compact tractors right now are not required by the Indian farmers because these are in the higher HP segment. These are from 35 HP to 55 HP. But for the Indian market, we are developing a new compact tractor that would be again state-of-the-art tractor. This will not only be for the domestic market, but will also be for the export market to US as well as to Europe. This would be in the range of 25 to 30 HP.
When do you plan to launch?
So we should be launching this in second half of 2028.
CNH has said that India can become a global sourcing hub. What is being sourced from year to day, and what is next?
So from India, other than the tractor, CNH India is exporting tractors, the components in the form of PTOs, axles, and we are also sourcing components from the Indian suppliers for our plants worldwide.
India's farm mechanization remains low despite government support. What is the biggest bottleneck now? Affordability, access, or farm size?
So when you see mechanization, we should not be looking only at the tractorization. Tractorization is still quite strong in India, even though the tractor size, because of the average farm holding with an Indian farmer is close to 1 hectare, even lower than that. So from that perspective, the overall tractorization is okay, is fine. But when we look at the other aspects, other areas of the agriculture side, for example, the sugarcane side, the second highest producer of sugarcane India is, but the mechanization is 4%. On the baling side, means on the biomass side, the mechanization is only 2%. So there is a huge potential for India to grow. Cotton picker, almost zero cotton. So these are the areas wherein I believe industry and government should work together in order to improve the mechanization.
How India is doing in biomass segment, and what opportunities does CNH see in bringing new products?
So lately there has been a great focus from the government side on the biomass. Government is rather asking the industries to help generate biomass so that the power can also be produced using biomass, and also the CBG, the compressed biogas, can also be produced using the biomass. So we have a series of equipments that we can supply to the Indian farmers. Rather, we have been supplying also. So we are supplying balers from the small square balers to the round baler to the large baler, along with the tractors that could be from 160 HP to 300 HP.
What more should government and industry do to speed up mechanization for small farmers?
I think both industry and government should work together and look at the real needs of the farmers and make the technology affordable for the farmers by working together. Like from the industry side, bringing the technology from outside, like we have been doing, and localizing. We have a plant in Pune where we are already started localizing. So government can also provide some support to the farmers to start with initially with some incentive, and once it gets going, and then the mechanization can improve significantly in India.
Beyond tractors, CNH has a strong position in sugarcane harvesters and balers. Why has specialized equipment worked better for you than the mainstream tractors, and where do you see the biggest opportunity next?
No, see, for us, our focus has been on the entire segment. So we have the largest portfolio in India. Why we have the largest portfolio? We feel that we are a technology player globally. If we bring in the technology, we serve not only the farmers but also the country. For us, the focus has been on tractors, on combines, sugarcane, or the balers.
Finally, what is the biggest product gap in CNH's India portfolio today?
So far, I can proudly say that there is hardly any gap. We have been supplying the tractors from the compact range up to 300 HP, and similarly on the crop solution side, the harvester business, sugarcane, combine harvester, as well as the baling business. I think there is no gap at all. Rather, we are enjoying the largest portfolio in India.
CNH India business is at a turning point. Sales are growing faster than the industry. A big investment is coming, and its exports to the US are picking up again. But a real question is whether CNH can double its market share by 2030. That depends on a new capacity coming on time, better service to customers, and a stable trade policy. We'll be closely following this story. Thank you, Mr. Mittal, for the insights.
Thank you very much.